Have you ever met someone so arrogant, so full of themselves, that they couldn't see past their own nose? Someone who strutted like their words were law, with zero tolerance for disagreement? Here's a thought-provoking question. Could their zodiac define this insufferable trait? Welcome to our highly provocative countdown of the top 5 most arrogant zodiac signs. Stick around because if you, or someone you know, made this list, things are about to get heated. Let's dive into the astrological signs plagued by their own hubris. Ready? Let's get into it. Now, when we say arrogant, we're not talking about healthy self-esteem. Oh no. What we're diving into here is the destructive kind of arrogance. The compulsive need to always be right, dominate the room, and dismiss everyone not on their wavelength. This kind of arrogance isn't confidence. It's insecurity wearing a mask. And we're here to uncover what's hiding behind the curtain, one zodiac sign at a time. But before we get to the top of this jaw-dropping list, let's start with an honorable mention, and that is honorable mention, Gemini. Now, don't get me wrong, many Geminis are fun-loving, super intelligent, and socially adaptable people. But here's where things go south. Geminis, driven by their dual nature, sometimes come across as know-it-alls in every area of life. Their arrogance stems from their razor-sharp wit and a fear of being outsmarted. They'll talk over you, shut you down, and, you guessed it, never apologize.
Wild, right? But trust me, that's just the warm-up. Let's get to number 5. Coming in at number 5, Leo. Oh, Leos, the kings and queens, or so they think, of the zodiac jungle. This fiery sign thrives on being the center of attention, but their arrogance? It's rooted in a hefty sense of entitlement. You see, Leo walks into a room thinking, the spotlight isn't on me yet, fix that. They'll exaggerate their triumphs and dismiss others' accomplishments as trivial. Don't believe me? Example 1. You land a major deal or crush a life goal, and there's Leo with, oh yeah? Well, I once... Insert self-aggrandizing story here. Or worse, their competitive streak shifts into overdrive, and all of a sudden they're hijacking your moment, trying to prove they're better. It's exhausting being in their orbit. But buckle up, because it only gets messier from here. At number 4, Capricorn. Surprised? You shouldn't be. Capricorns carry themselves with this air of superiority that screams, I'm always one step ahead. Now don't get it twisted. Capricorns are ambitious and hardworking. We admire that. But their problem? They believe their methods, opinions, and even life philosophy are the only correct ones. Behind this arrogance lies fear of failure. A Capricorn will never let you peek at their vulnerable side, so they overcompensate by keeping people below them. For instance, if you question their decisions or offer an alternative viewpoint, let's just say you're likely to encounter a condescending smile accompanied by, you simply don't understand how these things work. Wow, dramatic much? Drum roll for number 3, Sagittarius. Oh, Sag, the so-called free spirit of the zodiac. Here's the tea. Their arrogance doesn't always hit you immediately because it's cleverly disguised as confidence. But make no mistake, Sagittarius tends to assume their perspective is the only perspective. They operate on this, I know better because I've seen more, done more, and experienced more kind of attitude. Sagittarius loves to impose their opinions under the guise of broadening your horizons. Example? Picture this. You're in a heated debate, and they patronize you with, well, actually, I've traveled to X, Y, and Z, so trust me, I know. Yes, Sagittarius, we get it. You backpacked through Europe at 22. Do you want a trophy? But we're not done yet. Wait till you see who's next. Claiming the number 2 spot, Aries. Aries, the trailblazing fire sign full of energy, passion, and, wait for it, unchecked self-importance. Aries refuses to take no for an answer. If you try to debate or disagree with an Aries, be prepared to leave the conversation feeling steamrolled. Why? Because Aries believes they're always right, thanks to their natural-born leadership skills. Here's the dark truth. Their arrogance hides a deep fear of vulnerability. Aries can't allow themselves to appear weak or lacking, so they double down on being domineering and argumentative. Imagine you're trying to collaborate on a project, and Aries decides their approach is the only approach, ignoring everyone else's ideas. As stubborn as they are relentless, Aries will stop at nothing to prove they're the alpha of any room. But as irritating as Aries can be, no sign compares to number 1. The moment you've been waiting for. The number 1 most arrogant zodiac sign is Virgo. Virgos, this might sting, but let's be real. You've earned this infamous crown. Virgos are the zodiac's perfectionists, and while their meticulous attention to detail can be impressive, it's also their downfall. Why? Because Virgos are convinced their way is the only way. Their arrogance? It stems from their hypercritical nature. They believe they've meticulously analyzed and considered all possible outcomes, which makes your input unnecessary. Brutal, but honest. Virgo's arrogance often shows up in 2 ways: unsolicited criticism and unquenchable control. For instance, they'll micromanage the tiniest details of your life without realizing how overbearing they're being. Oh, you're making pasta? You're boiling the water wrong. You're cutting the onion too big. You get the point. And what drives this behavior? Virgos have an overwhelming fear of chaos. They can't surrender control to anyone, which, ironically, drives people away. Virgos, if you're watching, it's time to sit back, reflect, and maybe share the reins sometimes. And there you have it. The top 5 most arrogant zodiac signs, exposed for all to see. Do you agree with our list? Do you think we were too hard on your sign? Or not hard enough? Defend yourself in the comments. And if you're feeling bold, drop the zodiac sign of the most arrogant person you know. Let's hash it out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more dark astrology deep dives. Until next time, keep your stars aligned. Or misaligned. We're not judging. Bye.